eating the great food, meeting the great people, and going out salsa dancing with the great women. So let's get down to some wrestling action so we can get into some dancing, because my feet are here to kick her in for the tune. I ain't figured it out yet.
Well, I think, Vito, I know one of your biggest parties, the biggest party happens in these 18 square feet.
You know, that's a very, very true statement, Mark. The only thing that smoothers my partner's speed is his mouth normally, but he's so excited to be in Miami, ready to go out and do a little dance and feel a little worked out. You know what it's all about. Folks, we have been all over the country. We've been working for a lot of groups. We've been making a lot of defensive matches all over the country. We have made our way back to the States, back to Florida, back to Miami. Because the best competition is right back here in the state of Florida. There's not better wrestling talent anywhere. It's the best right here in the FWA. So we come back, we understand there's some tag teams here that got a little talent, so we'll tell you what, we're going to come in and see what they're all about. But we can promise you this, when the bodies are in the ring, you're going to get the best wrestling that you're going to see, you're going to get 100% effort, and when it's all said and done, you're going to know that you saw some good wrestling.
Well, why don't you feel Captain over Chris? I can tell by this weather, Dolan's behind you. First match tonight. This is Mark Nolte. I'm joined by B. Brian Blair. And Brian, we haven't had a chance to see Acropolis before, and one thing we weren't expecting is the appearance of Kenny G here at ringside. Well, you know, Kenny G is always mingling in other people's business. He's famous for that. And this kid Acropolis, if he wrestles like he looks, his opponent should be in for a long night.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, Guerrero from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 210 pounds, Hector Guerrero.
Understand what a great physique looks like, and yes, Acropolis has one, but Hector Guerrero looks in better shape now than he did 5 years ago. You know, Hector, besides being in shape, Hector's a great physique, don't you? And Acropolis showboat. And Hector Guerrero makes him pay with a drop kick and Acropolis to the floor. How embarrassing is that after that long promo that even before the bell rings, Acropolis is on the floor.
Well, you know, that's the problem that occurs when you're thinking about your body and showboating for the fans. And you got a veteran like Hector Guerrero right behind you.
Well, Acropolis, great bodybuilder, great weightlifter, but Brian, I think you know better than anybody that weights don't hit back.
No, that's right. And just because you're stronger than your opponent doesn't necessarily mean you've got the edge. I mean, Hector's definitely got the advantage of experience. He's got the height advantage. He's got the speed advantage. And the Guerrero name is famous worldwide.
And, of course, Hector Guerrero, a fabulous technical wrestler. And, Brian, one of the things that makes Hector Guerrero so dangerous is, of course, he's a proponent of the Lucha Libre style. His father, of course, the great Gory Guerrero, was the guy that really introduced Lucha Libre wrestling into the United States. But Hector is more than just a Lucha Libre proponent. He's a great technical wrestler as well, a great mat wrestler.
Yeah, he took the side headlock into top wrist locks. Now he's into Acropolis, got a hammer lock on him. And watch how Hector outmaneuvers Acropolis.
Well, he can switch back and forth from the American freestyle to the Lucha Libre. Kicks his way out of trouble. And Hector Guerrero, Brian, I was talking about this earlier, is that my imagination is Hector looks in better shape now than he was 5 years ago physically.
He absolutely does. You know, I tell you, more of the athletes nowadays, they're taking longevity into their profession, into their sport. I mean, look at Ricky Henderson in baseball, 42 years old. Look at the Arizona Diamondbacks now in the World Series. I mean, they've got teams in their players in their late 30s who are just obviously they're in the World Series. Now we're talking wrestling right here, but the athletes are seem to be maturing at a later age.
Well, Hector Guerrero, beautiful back heel trip. Acropolis gets to the ropes as he goes for the double leg lock, and look at Hector Guerrero come to his feet so quickly. And Acropolis, you know, really, for how embarrassing is it to cut a promo like Kenny G just come and then get your guy just so far has just been embarrassed on the mat so far?
Well, I guess the old saying, don't overload your mouth. That's what Kenny G did. As you can see, clearly Hector is the fan favorite here.
Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Acropolis, with the superior power, does take advantage. Hector Guerrero back up to his feet. Of course, Hector Guerrero, so experienced, so savvy, knows just about every counter. But right now, Acropolis has got him not locked up with that Greco-Roman knuckle lock. But there's one counter that you don't see in the Olympics, and Hector Guerrero takes over with extended wrist lock. Standing Beal to the mat and drops the knee into the flat of the elbow.
That's what I like about Hector. He's always thinking, and just as you said, Mark, Hector's got a counter for just about any move you can put on him, and he's always thinking, watch here, I'll be excited to see the moves coming up in this match.
Acropolis from Greece, great reputation as he makes his championship wrestling from Florida debut. And right now, this is a smart move on Acropolis' part. It looks like he's trying to use his superior size and strength on Hector. Big body check by Acropolis. Back off the ropes, another body check. And that posing is all it turns into a mistake. And it gave Hector Guerrero just that moment to catch his breath. And an arm drag by Hector Guerrero, and he's on top one more time.
Well, Hector hit him with a nice hip toss, then went into the arm drag, and right away grabbed the headlock. And as you can see, and all the fans out there can see, Acropolis' only escape was the hair.
Good camera shot as Acropolis locking up on that rear chin lock. It looked like he did get the hair. Of course, Brian, the referee's got a tough job up there. He can only call what he can see, and some of these guys are awfully good at working the offside of the referee.
Oh, absolutely, and that's the name of the game, especially for the rule-breaking guys. That's what they like to do. That's what they do best. They take the shortcuts, and, that's just part of the sport.
Well, give credit to Acropolis. He absorbed the early attack by Hector Guerrero and is now working his way back into this match as he's got Guerrero trapped in the corner, some forearms, now some shoulder blocks. Going to whip Guerrero across the ring, charges the corner with a clothesline. Guerrero in big-time trouble here. Acropolis back off the ropes, drops the elbow. Here's the cover, doesn't hook the leg, and Guerrero escapes.
Exactly, Mark. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's a rookie mistake right there. You've got to hook the leg. I mean, a little too confident, a little too cocky. Acropolis covered Hector and didn't hook the leg. Whether or not that would have caused a pinfall, I'm not sure, but that's something that you learn right from the get-go.
Doesn't hook the leg again. Now Acropolis is going to slow the pace down, go with that rear chin lock. Guerrero trying to fight his way to his feet. Brian, later on today, we're going to see Barry Horowitz against Tyree Price.
Well, that should be a great match. Tyree's exciting guy from the islands. Barry Horowitz, Mr. Technical. That he loves to do work on the mat, and I'm excited about seeing that.
Right now, Acropolis trying to figure out a way to put Hector Guerrero away. Crotch hold lift and a body slam. Acropolis, and Brian, this has always come back to haunt him. Every time he stops to showboat, it gives Hector Guerrero time to regroup.
Well, again, Hector's in much better shape than Acropolis is cardiovascular-wise. Did you hear those chops? I mean, he's laying them in right there. I tell you, Acropolis, I don't think he knew what he was getting into when he signed this match with Hector Guerrero.
Of course, Hector Guerrero comes from the great wrestling family we talked earlier. Look at that European forearm uppercut by Hector Guerrero. Hector Guerrero echoes those chops throughout the Miami High Life building. Now with Acropolis to the corner. Acropolis smart enough to get out of the way. They're covered by Acropolis. Hector Guerrero kicks out at 2.
Again, Acropolis didn't grab the leg. That's a cardinal mistake he's got to do. Hector is on the defense right now, and I'm sure he'll come up with something. He's got a bag full of tricks, trust me.
Backdrop and a cover by Acropolis. Again, Guerrero gets out. And, Kenny G, the manager at ringside, you'd think he'd be working with Acropolis a little bit and get him to hook that back leg.
Yeah, but what does Kenny G know?
Well, how many gold albums do you have?
Gold albums and wrestling are two different things, Mark. How many do you have?
Matt and there by Acropolis. Is that the worst wrestling name ever, Kenny G?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I don't know where he. I guess he is an aspiring musician.
Acropolis for the second rope. Drops the elbow, waits way too long for somebody as quick as Hector Guerrero. Hector moves out of the way. Hector now favoring a leg. Still gets up in the air for the drop kick. Guerrero with a second drop kick. Acropolis is reeling now. Guerrero, third drop kick. Hector Guerrero turned this match around with a brilliant series of drop kicks. Now it's Hector Guerrero taking the chance. To the apron, to the top rope. Off the top rope with a missile drop kick, connects. The cover, 2, 3, and he gets him with a missile drop kick. Brian, the quickness of Hector Guerrero prevails over the size and power of Acropolis.
Absolutely, and if you notice when Hector made the cover, he reached over and double wrist locked the far arm and scored the pin. Good job, Hector.
Great win by Hector Guerrero.
Untitled Championship Wrestling from Florida, Hector Guerrero. Earlier, we saw some sensational victories. You over Acropolis. You look in better shape now than I think I've ever seen you in your career.
You know what? All I gotta give the glory to God all the time. That's the way it is. Everybody knows who he is. He's the maker of all heaven and earth. But you know what? I have an opportunity to tell you that here in Florida, you know, you got the heart of American wrestling, and after you know it, right here in Florida, I bring on any newcomer, so you know it. Anyone that wants to come against the Guerrero, de descendencia mexicana, from your Latin breed, you know what, I'll take it on. Y así como decimos los latinos, aquí, de cual García, de tal García, de tal palo, así también tenemos el corazón, lo tenemos con todo el corazón latino. Y para toda la gente latina, aquí los invito a que vean este programa sobre Sunshine Network y cualquier otra parte que vean este programa de lucha libre de Florida, los invitamos. And once again, to all my beautiful people in Miami,
At 220 pounds, Mr. Technical, Barry Horowitz. First of all, I want to know where the Black Nature Boy is. The promoter told me that he missed this show either by sickness or he's just plain a coward and scared. I picked B. He's sick of wrestling me because I stretched him from here to Tampa. And if you... I'm speaking, shut up, redneck. So whoever the so-called replacement is, which if I think who I know it is, I didn't know I was here to wrestle this guy. I don't know if it's Scoot Andrews' brother, father. Basically,
Please tell me he didn't call Tyree Pride Uncle
Sometimes
Ben
he
on national
overloads his
television.
mouth, but one thing's for sure, Mark, the guy can wrestle, and he's very confident.
Well, it should be an interesting contrast in styles, Brian. You're familiar with both men. I know you've been in the ring with Barry Horowitz, and I know you're at least familiar with Tyree Pride. I don't think you've been in the ring with him. Barry Horowitz wants to keep this match on the mat. Tyree Pride wants to keep the match in the air.
Well, you know, Barry Horowitz has definitely got the advantage on the mat. As far as airborne, just like you said, that's Tyree's thing, and we should see a lot of that.
One of the things I respect about Barry Horowitz, I don't think he takes anybody too lightly. Look at that front leg trip into the double toe hold by Barry Horowitz.
Yeah, nice drop toe hold, and Barry, like I said, Barry can mat wrestle, and he calls himself Mr. Technical. You know, Barry was an outstanding high school wrestler in St. Petersburg.
State champion of the 134-pound class, and ended up getting a scholarship to Florida State University.
Yeah, and he also was trained by the great Malenko, who, God bless his soul.
Dragon screw leg whip.
That was a beautiful move. You know, I was just in Japan a couple weeks ago, and that's a move that everybody likes to see as far as the fans go. They love that move, and Barry's been to Japan quite a few times, and I'm sure he picked that move up out there.
And look at this, Brian. He continues to work over the left leg, using his own neck as a fulcrum as he gets the leverage on that left leg.
Barry's the kind of guy, too, that studies a lot of film. He's constantly trying to keep on top of his game. He's a resident of Hillsborough County, just like I am. He lives out in Brandon, Florida.
Pride kicks out at 2. Barry Horowitz, so versatile. Look at Tyree Pride catch himself. He's going to skin the cat. Comes up, head scissors. Horowitz is going to try to flip him out of the ring, Brian. And he gets it. The count by Chacon. European forearm uppercut by Horowitz. A second one by Horowitz. Here comes Pride underneath. Spectacular move by Pride, but that fight on the floor didn't work out the way he wanted it to.
No, Barry's much more comfortable inside the ring, and I tell you, that was quite a bit of action there.
Tyree Pride trying to battle back in this match. Headbutt by Tyree Pride. Down goes Horowitz. Tyree Pride so explosive, Brian, turns this match around with one move.
Yeah, he sure does. Tyree's hungry right now. He's been out of the scene, off the scene, I should say, for a while. Here in Championship Wrestling from Florida, he's here to make a name for himself, and he's with the right guy to do it.
Now working Horowitz over in the corner. Horowitz never loses his composure, Brian.
No, he never does. Barry knows where he's at all times outside the ring, where Tyree Pride originally took him to.
Drop kick into the leg and continues to pound on that left leg. Second time tonight, both men are out of the ring.
Yeah, I don't think either man wants that. I know both of them are trying to gain the win right here. Barry's cognizant of the count right now, trying to get in to break the count. Tyree pulls him back, and I think Tyree needs to be aware of the count, too, or they are both going to be counted out.
Count of 20 on the floor. Both men continue to exchange blows. Referee Bobby Chacon trying to get both men back in the ring, and he'd hate to see this battle turn into a draw. Tyree Pride and Barry Horowitz right now, I think their emotions getting the better of them a little bit. I think both men are so willing to trade punches. And Tyree Pride ducks underneath the... Tyree Pride back in the ring. Wait a minute. Pride gets back in the ring. Did he beat the count? Yes, he beats the count. Tyree Pride beat the count. Referee Bobby Chacon's going to award the match to Tyree Pride. Mike Enos with the knee to the back to take Los Hombre back down after Hombre tried to come up out of that reverse chinlock. And Mike Enos just so methodical. And of course, Brian, you can tell the fans about this move. He's really wearing them down by making Los Hombre carry Mike Enos' weight.
Exactly. He's got the rear chinlock. He's did have all his weight on top of him. He goes for a big body slam right now. Nice body slam. Enos hits the rope. Oh, my gosh. Boom. There you go.
Headbutt by the big man. Hooks the leg. Los Hombre somehow kicks out. Mike Enos, so athletic for a man of that size and that power.
Mike Enos is athletic. Big headbutt takes him into the corner. Right now, there he goes into an arm whip. Oh, yeah, another big clothesline into the corner. Big slam. I know he's... There he goes.
Here it comes, the fall-away slam off the second rope. The crowd is chanting for Los Hombre. Brian, they may be chanting for a while. Mike Enos has got the 200, look how easily he handles Los Hombre. And that wins